But let's take the politics rumors. I mean, for the last 2 years, there have been rumors you're joining the Congress party, that you've had Priyanka Gandhi over at your house. What is the truth on that?
I know them very well.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Priyanka and Robert very well. I've known them because I'm a Delhi boy.
Right.
And at the kind of age that I was growing up, so were they. So ek tarah se hum umar hai. Or at least the same time we were.
The same generation.
Same generation. And, you know, you don't, now they just happen to be related to...
Sonia Gandhi.
Yeah, and you know, let me be honest. When I normally took my films to Delhi to show it to the head of states, important films, which I felt were nice enough to be shown or whatever, like Ahsoka, I would show it to Sonia Ji's family before. As a friend.
When she was out of power.
Yeah, but nobody was
outside.
But there was nobody standing outside with cameras at her house that time to find out that I've shown it. But they were there when I was showing it to the party in power that time, and Bajpai Saab and Advani Saab came. And they've all been very kind to me. So I find it very strange that if I go now, I would still do the same. I would still do the same to people who've been kind to me, the families who've been kind, irrespective of the political party they are, because I am very apolitical by nature. Also, I have lots and lots of respect for people, leaders, who just take it as a job or a profession or something they want to do in their lives to run our country. I mean, they run the country. So you have to respect them.
Who would you respect in that way?
I respect all the leaders. I mean, I think, you know, when I was growing up, my father would take me to listen to Mr. Bajpai speak in INA Market because he used to speak very well. So I have immense amount of respect for him. Sonia Ji, I think I'm very, very, I mean, I think just as a figure, and also because she's a woman, I have immense regard, love and respect for her. And this is in spite of, irrespective of the political agendas and stands. And why can't I do that? And I, like when they came to my house and everybody started asking me that, oh, these politicians come to your house, so are you joining politics? Why doesn't it work the reverse way? When they come to my house, maybe they're joining films. You know, so why don't they ask them that? Yeah. But why is it going to be one way? Just because actors, after some time, supposedly have to join politics. I am not. I'm in no which way.
And there was no idea ever to join politics?
No, I've never wanted to. I don't think I ever will. See, you never say never. But
sure.
At this point of time, I have no inclination towards any kind of political party. You pay me, I'll come and sing Chaya Chaya for you.
But they still have to pay you?
Oh, 100%.
The other thing that's been said about you recently by the film magazines is that there is now a new rivalry with Amitabh Bachchan. Is that just media speculation?
Absolutely.
Is there a sense of tension? What is the origin?
Yeah, I've been telling everyone, I've been saying, see, we are professional actors. I won't speak like that of me, but Mr. Bachchan is perhaps, I mean, one of the biggest star our country has seen. Most of us, and my age at least, and all of us also. I didn't think my son would know Mr. Bachchan when I was not even married, but my son knows him. So the fact is that he is the greatest icon of our country as far as media is concerned, films are concerned, and he's still going strong and he's wonderful, absolutely. He's very educated. He has no issues. When you think a man who's 64, 65, who's reached this stage in life, will have issues with anyone? I don't think so. I mean, he's doing well for himself. I'm also rather educated. I'm also quite well-mannered, and we are not barbarians, that we are working with each other and being nice and good to each other, and then behind that we're thinking, I'll be bigger. See, I have no dreams like this. I have dreams to be the best. I don't dream to be anybody else, and I'm very strong about that belief, and inshallah, I will be the best. Mr. Bachchan is even better than the best. And he's doing his job, I'm doing mine. We have none of these problems. We work with him in his film.
As I said, Karan, you're in many ways a bridge between both houses. Is there any truth about this tension?
You know, I wish people who would write this kind of nonsense, I mean, would one day come on our sets, really, or just have lunch with us the way we do, when Amit Uncle and Shahrukh sit and just discuss things, live, cinema, general, anything that's happening around. And they would know that we've been at a rap party and danced together. We've shot amicably and wonderfully. They converse with each other all the time. They're on the phone at times with each other. They're on text message, and they're fine.
Just now,
this is completely made up.
I'm doing a stubble for a movie.
Right.
And I don't know whether I'll do it or not. And I wanted to find out how to keep it at the same level. So the first person I'm thinking is Abhishek.
What kind of guy is he? You know him better than most people.
He's a regular guy. He's a great father, good husband, spends 4 hours in the loo. And
why does he spend 4 hours in the loo?
He's I was just trying to say that he's a homebody and he just does everything normally. I don't think he's a superstar in his own house. I think all he's trying to do is make his two children happy every day. I think that's his biggest endeavor, and that's all I've ever seen of him. So when I read all this, you know, this kind of, like, it's strange, but there's a whole image of Shahrukh that is another Shahrukh.
But tell me, what bit of the image, according to you, doesn't fit?
Well, any of this, the fact that he would indulge in a war with somebody, I mean, you know, it's ridiculous. I find it completely, I mean, I just know that there are some people who are dying to create this whole kind of rivalry because it makes great reading. I mean, that's about it. He's actually too regular and too ordinary, actually, to even have the superstar status, if you think about it. I mean, you know, if you see him at home, he has normal eating habits. He doesn't like to go to fancy restaurants for dinner. He hates wearing fancy clothes. You take him anywhere slightly fancy, he's more shy of those kind of society kind of people than anybody else. He's awkward. He's happier when, you know, when everything around him is normal.
And he has a jukebox at home.
I don't think, well, yeah, he does. I don't think he ever is, he and Gauri, I think their biggest strength is that they, in terms of human beings, I don't think they ever really left that simple middle-class Delhi upbringing. I don't think it ever left them, and I don't think it ever will, and thank God for that.
Is that fair?
I truly think so. See, I have never, to be very honest, I've never thrown my weight around as an actor or a star. I don't pick up fights with people, and I'm not deriding anyone who does, each one to their own mentality. I'll be honest, there is a liking I have for you, so I would come on your show when you call. It's got nothing to do with, oh, V. Sanghvi is an important person. There was something that you wrote, I read, I may even forget, but I won't forget the fact that there was some kindness in this gentleman. So I like to come. I've not been to this part of town for months.
I was about to say that. I was very nervous when I heard this. The
I
shoot
don't
was going to be about an hour and a half away from you.
It's not starry. The only reason I'm little disturbed coming here is I miss out on those 2 hours with my kids, which I could have been, tomorrow being a holiday. I said, all right, tomorrow I'll get a day off. And I don't get into any kind of, when I say politics, not national, even personal level, small politics, in films. I go in the morning, do my work. I'm a little late at times, but people forgive me.
Is that true?
You just have to add 2 hours. It's a rule.
2 hours?
You add 2 hours to the given
like you did, I said 3, I was at 5.
Yeah, it's 5. But it's always, it's exactly 2.
So
I calculated
take that for
this.
granted.
I mean, Shahrukh could be at Wilson College and tell someone in Bandra he's 5 minutes away. And say it with such conviction because in his mind he thinks he can get to Bandra in 5 minutes.
See, I get up in the morning and I think I can do it. Yeah. So I think that one day I will.
And it's very normal when he calls and says, Karan, I'll be there at 9:30. I say, great. I put the phone on and say 11:30 Shahrukh will be there. Be ready for the shot. It's exactly that. And we know it. And you know, he knows you know it. And it's a wonderful understanding.
Why are you late? What is the logic to this?
It's those 4 hours in the Louvre.
No, it's not that. You know, I also know.
You're letting this remark about 4 hours the logo completely unchallenged. Is this because it's true?
Shahrukh, if I'm wrong, it's 4 hours in the Louvre.
You know what happens is when I'm in the house, I get a lot of calls. I don't take calls. But then there are times when I just want to be alone. So I'm going to say something on this show today which I've never told. I just sit with the seat closed and just read a book in my bathroom.
In your own house?
In my own house, because, you know,
with the seat down,
see, when you have a 6-year-old and you have a...
King Khan can sit on a throne, Veer.
Yeah. A 6-year-old, 8-year-old, they're screaming, shouting, and even then...